West Coast Milblogger. Your latest news on the conflicts around the world shaping our reality. New meme. Welcome to another dimension of the West Coast Milblogger. This week, our parent company from A to Z commissioned this meme of Tyler Perry. Having worked on a CBS morning show, creating a relationship to Gayle King, and by extension Oprah, Mr. Perry is more accessible, while Jordan Peele must be the top flight filmmaker in Hollywood. Now here's information on attrition war, Putin 2.0, DPRK, and dragon posture.
Attrition war. Share the latest on human cost of war, true cause of suffering, and politics moving forward. It's a clear night in Gaza, as temperatures remain above 80 degrees with wind around 10 miles per hour going west according to AccuWeather. People on the ground are hot after more than 40 people were killed in recent airstrikes, meant to eliminate Hamas fighters, instead finding those living in tents around the pulverized Gaza city. Adding to the heat, threats from Hezbollah in Lebanon. All-out war after militia drones filmed footage of classified military targets where air defense assets were destroyed inside Israel's borders. Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthis in Yemen, all finding support from the Ayatollah in Iran, now seen as a pressure point for Russia to exert its red power. Yet before February 22, 2022, one might have seen Kremlin in blue marching with Netanyahu and Trump to create a new world order. Some analysts might expand on this timeline to set November 3, 2020, as the day this attrition war began. That's when Trump says an election was stolen, upsetting original Putin who found a rook missing in an aggressive move to force checkmate. Think of Trump's friendships with Russia and North Korea. Who Trump picks as a running mate in this year's presidential election remains a mystery. Odds are it's a woman with some picking Sarah Huckabee Sanders, while others point out he should pick Nikki Haley. He might lose his coveted black vote with a second rich white dude on the ticket. Remembering how Joe Biden rode the black vote surge in a South Carolina primary win all the way to the White House, Trump's VP pick could decide if he loses in a rout or contends to the final vote.
Putin 2.0 DPRK. Tell us about the new modification of Russia's leader as he fights for support during the unpopular war in Ukraine. No Shoigu in North Korea after his visit to buy artillery shells, and his chested medal count got mocked during a military parade. This absence could be a sign of things unraveling after Shoigu's rumored ascension to the top. Now a first hurdle for the ambition of the newly crowned Putin 2.0 as he cements his control of the Kremlin. Only in North Korea could the pauper-turned-prince get his victory lap on a freeway filled with his images. For miles, no cars adorned the clean pavement. Putin 2.0's visit a national holiday for the people who worship Kim Jong-un. There were moments when it looked like Russia's leader might suffer a heart attack, while it was later reported the DPRK's king is in bad health. Many point to this publicized event as Moscow's attempt to shore up the economy while increasing production of armor under sanctions. Yet there's the adverse political development of stronger aggression in the region against Western-friendly nations. Much like Iran escalating with Israel, Russia pushes North Korea into extremism against South Korea, thus diverting attention away from the war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine, where 30,000 Russians are mobilized every month and 90,000 Russians are taken off the battlefield each month, KYA or wounded. Add losing weapon systems to paint the picture of a deteriorating superpower clinging to survival with nuclear submarines polluting the world's oceans.
Dragon posture. Explain China's recent interactions with the rest of the world and how this is shaping the future of third-wheel foreign policy globally. President Xi seems to be listening to the lessons of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, an emperor whose tomb remains under excavation, and according to lore, the process can keep China at peace without reason for a foreign war. We can see this prophecy in fruition with the purchase of property from Russia to use the Tumen River for a naval base. This gives them something they wanted without having to invade Taiwan, direct military access to the Pacific Ocean. Seen another way, the want and need to join Russia's aggression against the world has softened in China. The Great Dragon also pacified by sanctions on its banks for helping the Kremlin in its war against Ukraine. Many have called it a new multipolar world with the expectation it could once again be cut in two, yet we're beginning to see it cut in three. China now showing more independence from Russia while trying to truly become a leader in the rising global south. Vietnam, the only nation visited by Putin 2.0, Biden, and President Xi in the last 9 months, is an example of these large countries vying for influence. As time goes on, we're looking to see how India fits into this new architecture as their military-industrial complex makes advances in jet engine technology. As of this writing, the main aggressors are Russia, Iran, and North Korea, against Ukraine, NATO, and its allies. However, developing economies free of involvement have a window of opportunity to increase GDP and international clout.
In conclusion, West Coast Milblogger continues to monitor the deadly situation overseas attempting to take away our surf mentality. We remain vigilant in the promotion of our new movie competing in Hollywood contests as we await word on USA Today Network Fellowship results. Until next week, Slava Ukraine.